Hi everybody, we're going to try something different today. Instead of using our workbook pages, we're going to use some Google Slides to practice adding and subtracting decimals. So the important thing to remember whenever you add or subtract decimals is to always line up your decimals. Make sure they are in a line like this. So on these slides, the directions tell us to type the numbers into the correct spaces and then solve the problem. And we're going to drag our dashes, which are these down here, to the correct numbers if regrouping is necessary. So in this problem, we're going to be subtracting 89 and 1/10 minus 48 and 477 thousandths. So I'm going to first type in my number. So 89 and 1/10. I'm going to type an 8 in here. 9, and then a 1/10 over here. And in the next row, I'm going to type in 48 and 477 thousandths. Okay, now when you find that there's boxes empty like this and it doesn't quite line up, you kind of feel like it with whole numbers you should make it line up, but with decimals you do not do this. You make sure the decimals are lined up, and then any extra spaces like this you're going to put in zeros. You just fill in the holes with zeros to make it even. Okay, so now we're going to subtract just like we normally would. We're going to pretend those decimals aren't even there. We're going to pretend this number is 89,100 and then 48,477 and just ignore those decimals right now. When you do this on paper, you just have to make sure that once they're lined up, you go ahead and drag your decimal and put it down in your answer before you even start so you don't forget to do that. So when we subtract 0 minus 7, we can't do that. So this is when we need to use these slashes to regroup. So I'm going to drag one of my slashes over. I can't regroup from the 0, so I'm going to regroup from the 1. And that 1 turns into a 0. And then this turns into a 10 over here. Okay, but then I'm going to regroup from the 10. And that will turn into a 9. So actually what I'm going to do is put my 10 down here. And I'll drag the slash through that. And up here, I'm going to change that into a 9 because I'm going to regroup from there. And then this will turn into a 10 over here. So now I can subtract. 10 minus 7 gives me a 3 down here. And then 9 minus 7 gives me a 2. I cannot do 0 minus 4, so I'm going to have to regroup again. So I drag another one of these slashes over to my 9. My 9 turns into an 8. And now my 0 turns into a 10 over here. So 10 minus 4 gives me a 6. And then 8 minus 8 gives me a 0. And 8 minus 4 gives me a 4. Okay, so you can always check yourself also by adding 40 and 623 thousandths, which I think is my answer, to the number that I subtracted, 48 and 477 thousandths. And if I get 89 and 100 thousandths, then I know I've got the correct answer. Okay, so that's basically how these slides will work. And just a little quick note, if you happen to move one of these boxes or delete it, you just have to drag it back over to where it needs to go. And let's say I accidentally deleted that box and there's no box, I can't type here anymore. So what I need to do is go find one that's still there. Just see when the blue box pops up, right click and copy that box. And then over here, right click and paste it. It's probably going to paste it back over here though, and you just drag that new box so that you're able to type in there now. Okay, so I'm able to type whatever number I want in that box again. So I've done that on occasion. I've deleted boxes by accident, so just make sure you just copy a new box if you need to. Okay, so you've got a few more of these slides to try out for practice today, and then you can go ahead and turn that in. Okay, let me know if you need any help. Good luck.